Okay, so what is coming next? Still to come. Adventuring. So I have been working really hard on an adventure mode. So you saw on the map that I was able to go to specific towns. And you saw on the map you go to towns. Well, there's other things on the map that you can go to. And one of those is like adventure locations. And those adventure locations have adventures that you can go into. And you can kill bad guys and get their stuff and loot it and take it back. Maybe you need certain ingredients in order to make a really cool robe or a really awesome staff. Like maybe you need a dragon crystal to put on the end of your staff and a dragon claw, something cool like that. That's what the adventuring's for. And I would be able to show it to you, but I built it and I think it really sucked. And so now I have to start over. And so, but adventure mode is coming. I would say right now the closest the closest thing in my mind to what I'm trying to do is Darkest Dungeon, not in the sense of people freaking out and all that stuff, but how they kind of have like an overhead map and you go kind of from room to room and something happens in each room. That to me is very pen and paper tabletop role-playing-ish. I really like that a lot. And so that's kind of what I built before, but I like better what Darkest Dungeon did. And so I'm still working on that. So I'll have something to show in the future. Next is the base building. So when you start the game, you don't even have a home. You do have parents, and that is one option, is that you can go home to your parents, and that spawns like a whole other side of the story that I never even got into, and what your parents think about you getting kicked out of school, and you have to deal with all that and stuff. But ultimately, you need to live somewhere. And that's what I mean by what is it really like to live in a fantasy medieval world? You need to live somewhere. And the way that you live somewhere is by swearing fealty to a lord, because the lords are the one who own the land. And so you can build your mage tower in a particular place. Right now, I don't think you have multiple mage towers. Maybe I can open that up later, but right now that's not in my mind right now. So when you start with like a 3-bedroom hovel, right? Not very fancy. But as you go on, you can build a larger one. And this is where the game's a little bit like XCOM, where you have specific rooms that you can build into it. You don't have unlimited rooms, and so you have to decide, am I going to have a library that really helps me research? Am I going to have a workshop where I can make my own staffs and potions and whatnot? Am I going to have room for apprentices, because they take a bedroom? I'm not sharing my bedroom with an apprentice. So you have to decide how you're going to utilize your space in your mage tower. And you could build really freaking awesome mage tower. And that's really a big goal of the game. But I can't show you any of that working right now because it doesn't really work very well. Finally, for those who've been following the game for a while, since it was announced last year, it's been a year. And I've been working on the game most of the last year. And I went back and I reread everything that I promised on the website. And when I looked at that, I said, Yep, that's still what I'm making. So what I'm really pleased with and what I'm saying right now is I've been working on it for a year, and there's nothing here that I've cut. There's nothing that I've said, hey, I'm going to do, and I'm not able to do. Some of it might be hard. Some of it still doesn't work yet, but the trajectory is still correct. So I'm really happy about that. I hope you're happy about that. And yeah, so this is Archmage Rises, and this is what I'm going to be building. And I'm sure somebody's going to ask, hey, when's the game going to be done? I thought the game was going to take me 18 months to build. Now I'm a year in, and that is definitely not true. And at this stage, I'm saying I need another year. I need another year. Unity took me a long time to learn and really get familiar with. That really slowed me down for a while. Now I'm pretty good with it and can do the things I want to do. Yes, there's no grinding in this game, and I'm real happy about that because I don't have time to grind. And so, yeah, I'm moving at a pretty good clip now. I have a good team, people like Nick helping me with stuff, and other people working with a good artist and a whole bunch of things. So a lot of things in place. Just don't have enough money in order to hire more programmers and make this thing go faster. So right now it's just me really programming away and bringing this thing to fruition. So that's the end of the presentation, kind of the formal part of what we're doing here. And if you need to run, that's awesome. Thank you so much for being here and this time that you've taken to look at Archmage Rises. I hope you like it and it kind of opened your mind to maybe what a role-playing game could be. Thank you everybody for the time, and I look forward to talking to you again. See ya.